Alright everybody, what is going on? We are back with a new series for the channel. Today we're going to be doing a Starbuck Minnesota playthrough. Just a couple things to get us started. We are playing with the XP progression mod on, so we'll be starting out with some lower class equipment and we'll be building our way up. Yeah, so we're going to get a move on here. I did buy some land. Now, with the XP progression mod, it does limit your land size also. So, to start, we had to get some pretty small fields. I'm just going to roll through that stop sign. So, we picked up 2 smaller fields, but with a lot of potential. I scoped it out. We ended up getting 2 soybean fields. We're in August, so we have a little bit of time until it's time to harvest them up. There's a very large field connected to the property. Has a pretty good open spot, be a nice spot for a barn, maybe some cows. Sorry, I'm getting lost here. I'm new to the land here. But yeah, so for right now, we're going to start off with our small soybean fields. And then, yeah, hopefully get into some larger things here. So here's the first field we own on the left. Peel off here in the grass a little bit. So we got this soybean field, pretty steep hill, which is going to be interesting because we got to start with some pretty small equipment. So it'll be interesting how we can tackle that with our weak equipment. This is not ours. This is the one, this is the goal right here, to get that big one. But there's this other field down in here, tucked away. It's pretty tiny. It's a little more flat though. That's our other soybean field. So let's get the truck turned around here. Now normally when I do these series, I think this is the 3rd or 4th series we're doing on the channel. Normally when I do these, I do all the setup before I bring you guys in. But I thought, you know what, for this one, let's run an episode 0, if you will. We'll do the setup here together. So yeah, so probably what we're gonna stick with. I'm not gonna go too crazy because as we have that, I really like this open area over here. So I have some plans for that. So I don't want to go too crazy putting stuff down, but we will need the bare essentials. We're gonna need a house, because you gotta have somewhere to sleep, and we're gonna need a barn of some sort, shed. So yeah, so for starters, let's just get a nice, just go with a nice classic farmhouse here. Change the color up. I know I always use that blue, but I do like that. It'd be crazy if burnt orange looks good. It's actually not bad. We're gonna go with it. Now, can we squeeze it in here? Does not appear so. What do we own? Uh-oh. Oh. So if we get rid of some of them trees, we could actually squeeze our house. Let's do this. Okay. Let's get rid of this tree, because it's kind of crucial that we get the house put down here. We're going to get rid of this tree. And I know I should be doing this with a chainsaw or whatever, but I'm just going to say that those trees never existed. On the side of the road here so we're not in traffic's way. Get our color back. Oh, we're drifting. Alright. Let's get this back over here. Now, was it just that tree? We're gonna force it in. force it in here. Now we need our landscaping tool. Let's bring this out, see what that looks like, because we don't want to be floating down our stairs here. That's not quite it either. I gotta find the right height. There we go. Now, since I have the right height, I'm gonna bring it out a little further than where I actually want it to be, probably. I just want to have a good place to grab this land from, so I could work it all the way around the house. Because we can't see what's going on under the house, so it's just easier if you know you're hitting a good chunk of it already at the right level. Now, take this a little further out. We don't want to mess up our driveway there. Take this through here. Now we're out here, we can get a better look. Let's just finish this up all the way around here. We did start with $1 million. My plan is to eat up most of that, setting up the farm and our initial equipment, and kinda, I want to be on the lower end financially to start. So let's see. So it's a little high for the garage side, but it looks pretty good for the house. So I think what we'll do is we'll lower this down a little bit. Now I'm going to try to grab this height and see if that looks better with the garage. It's looking like it does. Let's grab some of this. Now see if we could just tidy that up. Yeah, that's good. That's perfect. Now we're going to use our sloping tool. Luckily this is pretty flat up here, so we're going to set a height that we want to go to with a right click, and then with left click we're just going to do that. Should be able to, well, got away on me a little bit there. Let's see if we could smooth this out some. Yeah, just like that. Pretty happy with that, honestly. A little smooth in here. Now this will just smooth this down a tad. You don't want to get too close to our driveway though, that's the thing. Yeah, honestly that filled in really nice. Quite nice. Pretty happy with that. Now we'll do a little bit of some landscape here. We'll go with just a regular concrete. Do a little concrete path to the house. Let's grab up to our garage doors here. Make this a little bit bigger, make this go quicker. Take it right up to the road. I got a little bit more than what I wanted to there. So let's try to get rid of some of that if we can. Yeah, we'll go with that. Now let me see. I try to match the grass with what the modder did for the map. This is a little small. We need the next. That's it right there. So now we'll just tidy up this grass. Try to get most of it off the driveway if I can without taking it back too far. You know, we're not going to get too particular. This grass in through here. Tidy up our lawn out front. And in through here. Grab this a little bit on the side. Now, before we do it out back here, we want to correct this landscape. So to make it look a little more natural, I will make the circle size bigger and turn down the intensity, we should be able to slope this pretty naturally. Work it in so it doesn't look so jarring, just like that. And then honestly, probably not going to put too much grass back here. It's kind of rocky and weedy. Try to get rid of the hard edges. Put some around here. Just kind of fill it in a little. Just a smidge. Maybe through here a little bit. Keep some of them rocks exposed. You know what, maybe we could even throw some in the middle here like that. Nothing wrong with the patchy yard. I know my yard gets patchy. Yeah, kind of like that. Looks pretty natural. All right, so we got a house with a floating plant. That's all right. I'm not here for the floating plants. Now, most importantly, need a good barn. Now, I did add a couple today. That's actually it's a pretty solid option there. Now I like this because it has a big enough door for a harvester right off the rip. I feel like a lot of the barns on ModHub are not large enough for harvesters. There were two other barns I wanted to look at specifically. This is more of a garage. It's pass through though, so that's handy. Maybe not for right here though. Let's see. I had a larger American barn. How big is this? Oh. Now I do want to use this, but I don't think, we're probably not going to be able to use it right here. Maybe we'll use this in that other open area that I had. Okay, so decisions made. Oh, what are you? That's a pretty good barn too. But I believe we're gonna go with the first option. Doesn't take up too much real estate and it does what we need it to do. I just have to find it. And it's pretty cheap, so that's huge as well. I want it close to the road, our dirt road, but I don't want it close enough that it's going to, we want to be able to get equipment through there. So maybe we'll put it something like here. Alright, now, as expected, we're going to have some landscaping to tidy up here. So we're going to use our angle tool. Just bring this up to here. Bring this up to here. It's going to keep repeating this process until we get the slope the way we want. Kind of drag this one on an angle a little bit. Now we should be able to just smooth this all together here. It's already pretty smooth already. That's how you know you did a good job. Alright. I'm happy with that. Let's make sure the back doesn't look too crazy. Just add a little smooth. Yep, I'm happy with that. Further down for this, we'll use concrete and dirt. Just bring this right out. Same with this. Actually, that's good right there. We're gonna fill the rest in with grass. Right through here. Hopefully this isn't too painful for anybody watching. Hopefully you guys get something out of this. Let's tidy up some of this grass here on the road too. All right. Yeah, that is good with me right there. All right, so we got a barn. We got our house put down. That is going to be it for the building right now. Let's go check out this this barn we put down here. We can get in. Yeah, this is a good size to start. At least for our main thing is the harvester and the tractor. We'll probably be able to put some implements in there. We might have to put some more storage down, and then I think we're gonna go with grain bins. I don't think we're gonna do a multi-fruit silo. Okay, so let's go check on the state of our fields. So we'll take the trucks. We don't have to run. Well, we'll do it this way. Let's see, growth. We're pretty close. So I think it's gonna be October. But this is the overlay, actually, while we're here. We got town pretty much centralized. Only 2 or 3 small fields down here to the south. The goal is 16 will be the next field we get. Following that, I would probably go across the street here to 13. I think 13 will be next on the agenda. Yeah, so we don't have any field work for today. I guess we could start some prep. We'll get some vehicles going here. So let's go to the store page. Now, well, before we do that, let me show you this progression system. So as of right now, we are Tier 1 newcomer. So for tractors, they can only be a maximum of 120 horsepower. Harvesters, a maximum of 300 horsepower. 2 hectare field size. That's why we had to go with these smaller fields to start. And we can't have 0 helpers and 0 loan. Now, as we level up, we will be able to upgrade our equipment, upgrade our field size. We get a helper, we get some loans, so on and so forth, until you get to Master Farmer, which is our goal. So I think the goal will be to get the most versatile tractor we can get to start, something that we could carry over into Tier 2. We don't want to have to buy a new tractor every time we level up. And then the harvester is going to be pretty basic, pretty small, and we're just going to have to deal with it and until we could upgrade the harvester. So for right now, let's grab ourselves our tractor, maximum 120 horsepower. So we could go with an Agri King. I've used them in the past. We could go with the Farmall, but 95, I really want to get as close to 120 as we can. We could go with an old John Deere, which, let's see. I'm thinking we probably want a 4-wheel drive with the terrain we're dealing with. So let's look at the 40 series, the 4-wheel drive model. 112. See, 124, and you notice it grays out the buy option because it's over our allotted horsepower range. But we could get the 112, which honestly I think we're probably going to go for that. Let's make so we don't want EU. Wheel weights. Wheel weights wouldn't be a terrible option. I think we're just going to go standard. We'll go standard for now. We could add the wheel weights if we need them. We want US design. What's the first option? No fender. Fender. Well, that's the one we want. Let's see, do we want a cabin on it? Do we want a roll bar? You know what? We're just gonna keep it like that. Now in the front, I think we might opt for a weight in the front. I can't foresee anything that we would need an attacher for on the front. We're not doing forestry and front loader. I'm gonna put the John Deere front loader attacher arms on it just in case we do any baling, which I think we're going to. So I'm gonna, well, you know what? No, we can get that whenever we need it. For right now, we're just gonna go with this guy here. We're gonna purchase that. The first order of business should be harvesting, so we should look at harvesters now as well. Oh, wrong type. I was gonna go with the Kloss Dominator. I just don't know if it's worth the money, but this thing might really be a dog trying to harvest these fields. We'll try this. It's so cheap. What we got here? Go with the cover. We want a cabin. See if we can. Yeah, I like the look of that. All right, so we're gonna go with the New Holland and hope for the best. I am worried. We need to grab this header. I am concerned for the horsepower with that hill. That our first field, that hill's pretty gnarly. We could, well, we don't need a mower. I don't really see a point in that right now. Okay, so for right now, we're gonna grab this. I am gonna get us a trailer though. We have a gooseneck. We're gonna grab this. Gooseneck, just a standard axle's fine. Machinery belts, square bale belts, round bale belts. I think the square bale belts are the best option if I remember, so we'll go with them. We're gonna buy this. All right, now let's take a ride down and we'll start grabbing some of this stuff and bringing it back. We have 684. I'm gonna zoom out so this truck sound isn't too loud for you guys. We have almost $700,000 left. We know that we're gonna have to buy fertilizing equipment, baling equipment, land tools. We're gonna need cultivators, stuff like that, and then that large field. We know that we want that 100%. So I'm not going to remove any of our money because I foresee us burning through quite a bit of that here in the near future. Let's get our tailgate down, get this trailer hooked up. Put that down. We get our tailgate back up. All right, turn that off for now. Get the old John Deere loaded up. Alright guys, we got the John Deere loaded up, and it fits perfectly. And I honestly think that the combine harvester is going to fit on this trailer as well, which is nice. As you all know, the larger harvesters, it's very hard to find trailers that you could properly haul them with. Even if you get the low boys, a lot of the low boys you can't even fit them on because the wheel width's too wide. So probably what we'll do, like I said, this is basically episode 0. We're just doing the setup, getting the groundwork in. We'll probably just finish up getting our equipment, some of the equipment back to the barn here, and then the actual farming we'll probably get into in the next episode. Alright guys, we are back here and we are going to get this thing tucked away in its new home. Let's get these doors open. Open this one now because we will be back very shortly with the harvester. Alright, that's perfect. Get back in the old Silverado here. Get turned around. Alright guys, well surprisingly enough, the harvester fit on there perfect. Now, we're not going to talk about the old Chevy here screaming, trying to haul this thing, but it's alright, it's going to work. Or that, we won't talk about that. Alright, perfect. So I haven't explored this map any more than what I have been playing here with you guys, but I will say it looks pretty good. I like what I'm seeing. All right, moment of truth. Let's see if this thing's gonna fit with the header on, I should say. I think so. I think so. Oh, by a mile. Actually, you know what? Can we... We're gonna leave it like this. Leave the wheels cut, so I remember we have to... Oh, let me lower this. Alright, by parking it like that, we actually have room for some other implements here. Close them up for now. Let's take a look at the shop again. Actually, let's see if anything's on sale that could be handy. It's a little out of our horsepower range. Let's see, small stuff. Oh, we're gonna need a trailer. 27% off. It's not bad. Oh, no. I know. Oh, wrong button. We want the gravity wagon. Yes, this is what we were going with here. We want the float tires. I like it. Extensions. Yeah, I'm gonna do a little extension there. It's a good little bump. Put an old that triangle. No numbers, box, direction left. Yep. So we're gonna go that. Alright, now let's go back to the sales, see if we could find any small equipment that would be handy to us. I wish this was the modded one, because we actually are gonna need that. A windrower. You know what? Yeah. We're gonna pick up the windrower. Let's see, what else can we nab? That's a good price for that. Well, it looks like all the deals that we're gonna get from the sale pages. But we're gonna need a cultivator. Well, actually, no. We're gonna go with this guy, I believe. It requires a little too much. Even this is a little bit out of our horsepower range, but I think we'll be able to make do. 170. 130. I think we're going to go with this. It is a little more than what our tractor can handle, but I think the old John Deere can do it. So we're going to go with that. That'll be our plow cultivator. Plan on doing corn, so I'm not going to get too crazy. We're not doing precision farming or anything, so we're just going to plow it down. We'll need a planter. I mean, this is far off, but actually, you know what? Yeah, we're going to hold off because we might have a bigger horsepower tractor for when that time comes. Probably could have done the same with the plow. Plow's what I was talking about. Oh. So the square balers, I already know we don't need it right now, but I want to do this. So we're just going to buy this now. So we'll get the 70th anniversary. Square bale, standard chute, standard chute. Yep, we're going to go with that. And the reason why I'm so set on this is because I think I have this figured out. That baler should hook up to this, and they should stack right out of the chute, right onto the trailer. Auto loading, no straps. Straps, auto loading. That might be it for about now. Now, the only other thing that we're gonna do while I have you guys here, because I know we're gonna do it, we're gonna do our grain bins. Probably, how big is this? It's pretty good. Where can we tuck these away at now is the thing. Ooh, honestly, right behind here would be pretty nice. So I'm gonna do 2. Potentially 3, but 2 for right now. We're gonna tuck this one right here. Now, before I go crazy, let's get our leveling tool. I'm gonna make sure we're doing this all in the same plane. Then we're gonna extend this out even. So we're gonna put down at least 2 for right this second. Let's give us some land to work with here. Now go back to the bins. Put down another one. There. I wonder if that's going to be enough. It's going to be interesting. We're going to make it work though. I probably should have dropped them height-wise. Let's bring this a little closer to the road and take it a little further out this. Let me make this bigger. A little more out this way. And this is looking a little cheeky at the moment, but just bear with me for a second here. Trying to see. Alright, I think we're going to be able to make this work. And then I think what we'll do here is we'll probably keep this straight up and down like that. And we'll just put a fence around it. Drag this out through here a little bit. Okay, so let's level this out a little bit, smooth it out, I should say. Hold on. Let me fix this quick. I don't like what we're doing here. I did it again. You know what? Let me show you how you fix that problem. Hide it with taller grass. This looks like weeds now. Alright, so let's do some painting here. Let's get our rock face. Get through there. Like that. We'll throw a fence around it. You don't need to be falling off. Actually, where's the... We'll go with the old rickety fence here. Bring this up like that. Across here. Yeah, that'll work for that. Do some ground texture. We'll do dirt gravel through here. Fill these in with the same thing. All right, that should work out pretty well. Go back to our grass. Now I'm just gonna leave that end there for now because I don't know what we're gonna do, but probably what I'll do is we'll probably put a road that kind of loops back down and around here. But for right now, I'm going to leave it as is. And then take out some of this grass here. Now, another thing that I like to do, because I think it adds a little more character, I like to put some of these ground textures down. Yeah, so like for this, some dirt patches here. It'll kind of like tie in the dirt road to this rock that we have up here. Make it look a little more natural. Oh, look at that. We can get ice cream now anyway. So let's take a look. Yeah, see, I think that blends together pretty well. Ties in here pretty nice. Looks good. Now, hopefully we have enough room to access these bins. Yeah, so that's pretty much what we got for right now. I'm going to end the video on this. I might do some more intricate detail stuff, doctor this stuff up. I'll pick up all the equipment, bring it back. I'll have everything staged and ready to go. And then for the next episode, we're going to get into the actual farming. But this is it. This is what we got for the series. We're doing an American farm series here in Starbuck Minnesota Map. And yeah, this is the layout. So hopefully if any of you guys were interested in how I do my farm builds and the stuff, the little tips and tricks that I do to kind of tie things together, hopefully you enjoyed that. And if this isn't your thing, sorry. But the actual series will be starting in the next episode. So if you guys enjoy the content, stop back, check it out. Appreciate you guys. Thank you.